And now speculations are spreading that Camron Harm's own Pink Panther may be next under the scrutiny. Yes, Camron is under investigation. Fans are outraged and emotions are running high. Across social feeds, when whispers turned into full-blown stories, Camron's name appears in sealed court docs, drops its empire, rock lawyer panic caught on. Could this be a case of guilt by association? Or is something deeper simmering in the shadows of Harlem's most iconic rap? Sources close to the Dipset inner circle believe federal officials are looking into old phone logs, bank information, even private text threads, all in search of the smoking gun. Family was split, why, and the fate of everyone related to the family. The conflict is real, the drama is strong, and one question stands out more than ever. Is Dipset experiencing its darkest hour? Hold on to your seats, for this story is only just beginning. The courtroom doors swung open again, and Camron walked inside with a heavy heart. With shadows of doubt looming over every step, he was accompanied by his attorney Marcus Reed, who seemed steely tired, according to sources. Cam spent the night reviewing evidence in preparation for a day that may define his legacy. As they approached the bench, cameras flashed in quick succession, but Cam refused to meet their gaze, focused on the shiny floor tiles, as if tracing a route to safety that may not exist inside the stuffy courtroom. The judge's gavel fell sounding like a distant warning, and the prosecution shifted to a fresh piece of video surveillance tape from a warehouse on the outskirts of town. In the grainy black and white footage, a man resembling Cam moved amid heaps of this, conversing in quiet tones with a known friend of Jim Jones. We have proof that on March 12th, Mr. Carter met with Mr. Jones as the lieutenant. They spoke delivery logistics and profit allocation in a prosecutor-like tone, using Cam's real name. Jamal, Dipset's road manager, was in the room. With his heart racing, he had promised to protect the group's reputation, but now he felt powerless. He checked his phone. Social media platforms were flooded with Cam-related drug ring news. Followers were astonished. Earlier that morning, Jamal had put Dipset till we die, but now he considered deleting it. What if the song Commitment and Brotherhood ran hollow? It was some calling for an immediate public declaration and others suggesting silence until the truth was disclosed in a neighboring studio. Chedaka's paced like a caged lion, having rushed in from home for support only to be taken off surprise by the warehouse footage. "That's crap," he whispered as Tone, his producer, placed a calming hand on his shoulder and added, "We'll get to the bottom of it." "Of this," Tone said, his voice trembling. Jatakas nodded, but anxiety gnawed away at him. He remembers the great late-night cipher sessions in the basement, the scent of new ink on recording contracts, the unbreakable friendship formed in the face of adversity. Now those memories seem like smoke in the wind. Back at the courtroom door, a crowd of reporters and demonstrators erupted, with the group brandishing free camera placards facing off against a smaller, more angry throng screaming, "No one is above the law." Chants filled the air as Sirens Riley, a young admirer, exclaimed with tears in her voice, "He's innocent, I promise it." Across the street, a spectator snapped a Dipset dead. Leaning against a brick wall, the setting resembled a combat zone rather than the birthplace of some of hip-hop's most iconic tunes. Emotions were strong, and each camera angle captured a different perspective on the action. Meanwhile, deep inside the Fairfield field office, agents sat around a conference table littered with paperwork, tracked phone conversations, bank transactions, and email headers, putting together what they hoped would be an airtight case. Rachel, a seasoned agent, referred to a ledger noting a series of cash transactions timed exactly with Jim Jones' shipments. 2 entries included Cam's initials and terrible handwriting, which was suspicious. She saw her coworker Mark grimace. "But we need more than initials." Rachel agreed, tapping her pen on a moist subpoena for each transaction. Following his known patterns, the grind of paperwork and legal motions mirrored on the streets, and as the afternoon sunset, a new twist appeared. Cam's defense team produced a text message chain demonstrating that the initials were a coded reference to Curtis, a nickname for a childhood friend. Rather than Cam, the prosecution prosecution's lead investigator. Agent Hughes scanned as he read the findings. The whole courtroom gasped. The judge paused, adjusting his spectacles to confirm what he had heard for a brief while. Cam seemed to have gotten a break, as the tension in his shoulders eased somewhat, only to be replaced with lingering dread. Would this be enough to clear his reputation, or just a temporary respite outside? Meanwhile, the rumor mill spun faster. Late-night talk shows latched on the text bomb show, speculating wildly about Cam's participation. One host blared, "Did Cam get away with it?" as another retorted, "Or is this just a diversion?" The fans fired. Back and forth online words of support combined with pleas for accountability transformed the public square into a digital coliseum, with Cam at the center. He watched it all unfold from the sidelines, heart heavy with guilt that his name had ever featured in the same sentence as questionable dealings back home. Cam's family battled with the aftermath. His younger sister Kiara refused to leave her bedroom, eyes red from sobbing. Her mother Donna sewed together care packages for him, packed fresh lunches, a written message reminding him of the significance of family. "They can't steal your spirit," she wrote. "Remember who you are." He left her window open that morning, waiting for police to indicate the in stark contrast. Jim Jones sat in his jail, chuckling at the news that Cam's name had been splashed throughout the media. He tapped his finger on the bars, amused. "Dipset's legacy stops with you, Cam," he mumbled to himself. Even behind bars, Jones wielded power, stirring the stew in his legal counselor's office. Don met with him behind a glass barrier, presenting news of the text message bombshell. Jones laughed low and let them fight over crumbs, saying, "I'll be out soon, and when I am, I'll reclaim what is mine." His plan to weaken Cam and seize control of Dipset had been realized beyond his greatest fears. Meanwhile, Jules Santana remained a wild card. He had stayed out of the spotlight. Think he met with Cam discreetly one night, offering encouragement and insider information. "We'll weather it. Just tell the truth," Jules told him. Cam nodded graciously, but was weary. Their connection, built through shared suffering, had never been more vital. But Jules' actions aroused attention. Others feared he was negotiating his position with federal authorities. Treachery lurked around every corner as people offered evidence in exchange for mercy. As night fell, the dazzling lights of Harlem's clubs and studios contrasted with the somber stories that dominated news feeds. Empire, once built on unity and pride, was now on the edge of collapse. Loyalties were strained, rumors flew wild, and every new revelation appeared to be another blow to Camron's cause. His battle was for more than just clearing his name. It was about defending a heritage. As he prepared to return to the courtroom the next morning, he knew he couldn't do it alone. The fate of Dipset and maybe his own part one concludes with Cam gravely staring at the courtroom ceiling, pledging to fight back. He grabs his lawyer's hand and murmurs, "I won't let them take everything from me." Of his commitment lingered in the air, laying for the following chapter. In a saga that had only just begun, the moment words, a new determination armor. He felt fear, but now ready to fight back. The courtroom door burst open once again, and Marcus "Smooth" Davis Smooth, a former Dipset roadie, was called as the next witness. He ran to the podium, eyes racing, sweat crackling at his forehead, and cleared his throat. "I delivered numerous stuff for Jim Jones," and his voice broke. "But I never saw Camron touch a single one." The prosecution said, "Mr. Davis, could you explain why your records show a drop-off near Cameron's studio?" Smooth swallows,